Alright, hey guys. My name is Hian. I'm here to talk to you about why I'm creating this channel. And I hope it will help some of you who are getting into any of the hobbies that I enjoy or currently enjoy. I am creating a channel called VotoCycling. The reason why I'm going to call it that is because the V stands for video, which is what you're watching. The OTO, the OTO part, is for photo in photography. The cycling is for motorcycling. So those are my three main hobbies. I actually have another main hobby which I couldn't get into the name of the channel, which are pretty much anything in the category of board games. Card games, board games. And I have a lot of hobbies and I just can't fit them into the name. But the three main ones that you're going to be seeing is obviously the video and the photography. And along with that is what made me want to start videotaping myself. And the photography portion is the motorcycling, is what got me started. So that's why I ended up picking those three to integrate into the name. Now, I have some notes and I apologize for this, but I can't remember everything I need to say and I don't want to ramble on. A little background about myself. I'm Hian. I am from Vietnam. If you're wondering whether I'm a female or not, I'm a female. I'm a woman. And I happen to be a lesbian, so if you have a problem with that, don't watch this channel. Don't even come back. But that's one of the topics that I could talk about if you would like me to. How to grow, pretty much how to deal with being an Asian lesbian in America, specifically Vietnamese. I am an immigrant, obviously, and I right now reside in the United States. And I came here when I was about 9 with my parents, and my family consists of 4 people when I first moved here. My aunt and her family vouchered us and brought us to America. And I started going to school here when I got here, and my mom made me learn English. I think that first summer we were here, and then I just started learning because she made me, and I had no choice. I mean, you might think I have a choice, but my mom's a Vietnamese Nazi, so I didn't have a choice. So then I went to school and I had to get good grades because that was our culture. And when I was about 13, I wanted to make a lot of money. When I say a lot, I don't mean like millions of dollars. I want to make enough money where I can live comfortably and be able to travel a little bit, be able to do things that are within reasonable amount, where it's not too much of one thing and not too little, because I still need to keep that ideal understanding that money doesn't grow on trees. So I didn't want to make too much money where money just seemed like paper to me, but I wanted to make enough to live comfortably for me and my family. So I went to school and worked my way up. I started out studying computer science, and I ended up about 5 years ago, 4 years ago, my dad had heart surgery, and I was studying computer science at the University of Wisconsin. And I ended up changing my major to healthcare because I didn't know what was happening to him. So I decided to go into healthcare, and I became a pharmacist. So now I'm a pharmacist, and now I can afford. So just to give you an understanding that I'm not some rich kid that, was born into money and I have all this money to do all these hobbies and do all these videos for you. I actually worked my butt off to get here, and now I can actually. Now it leads to the reason why I'm making this channel. My goal here is to give back to the community. Every time the ultimate goal is to give back to the community, and I'll go into my hobbies and my interests later. Every time I get interested into a hobby, I would go on the internet, and I didn't have money. This was before I became a pharmacist. My family, we lived on public aid when we came here, and then for a year we were on public aid, and then when my mom and dad finally found a job and they could afford to pay our apartment, the rent, we got off of public aid, and we've been off ever since. So I needed money, and I didn't have money to buy books or DVDs or sign up for classes or just to go, hey, mom and dad, can you buy this for me and I'll try it out for 6 months and whatever, throw it in the closet. So any hobby I get into, I would literally have, the only thing we can afford in my house is the internet and a computer. And honestly, all this gear back here was given to me. You know, we're scrambling to, they were gifts, and it was very fortunate for me, and I feel blessed for that. So I would go on the internet and look for information on whatever hobby I was getting interested in. This is who I am, and that's why I decided to try and get a good job to make money. And so, out of all the information I've got, it's been nothing but free information except for my internet bill. And even that my brother's been paying, so because I've just been broke and in school. So now I finally got a job, a decent paying job, and I gave back to my family. I took them out. I gave back to my brother. I bought him a new TV for his birthday, and I bought myself a camera so I can give back to you guys. I can give back to the YouTube community. So anyone who has helped me, and lots of people. I've watched videos of many people on every single one of my hobbies. I have lots of hobbies, so we'll get to that in a minute. And so I feel that it's my duty to just, whether one person is watching this, that's all I could ask for, is that one person has gotten some information from this channel. So my hobbies consist of, and this is not all inclusive, this is just some of it, because I want this channel to grow as people request for more. I'm not going to just do one set list and then that's it, because my hobbies might change, and hopefully we're all going to grow together. So I'm just hoping this channel just be one big community, and that I'll grow with you guys more than anything. So my hobbies consist of motorcycling, photography. I play a lot of board games. I'm a complete nerd like that. My number one game that I play is not really considered a board game, is Magic the Gathering. I've been playing that for, oh my gosh, probably almost 15 years now. I also disc golf. I'm a huge fan of electronics. This is why I need a decent paying job, because electronics are expensive and they change every 2 days. And anytime a new phone comes out, I don't necessarily go out and buy it. I will wait till my contract's up and I'll actually decide. And this is why I go on YouTube and watch to see if the phone's actually worth it. And the reason why I bring that up is that if there's a new electronic that comes out and you want me to do a video, and I feel that it would be important to do a video about how to use it or whatever, I will do a video on it. And we, some of the topics that I can talk about, those are not all the hobbies. Like, I mean, there's so many hobbies that I can't even list off right now. I enjoy watching movies. I enjoy disc golfing. I enjoy just figuring out which restaurant to go to. One of my, I think, is a huge interest for me is figuring out how many different types of food I can eat. And some of the topics we can talk about is lesbianism. If all the people who do the other hobbies are not interested in lesbianism, then don't watch this video. I mean, don't watch any of my lesbian video. I feel that this topic is important for an Asian lesbian to live in this country, to grow up, and I'll explain to you, I'll go on the topic if you want to talk about anything about that. Whether it's family, how to cope with it, how to help your family cope with it is the number one thing. It's not about you. It's not just about you. It's about everyone that's involved in your life when it comes to that topic. We can talk about sports. I am a huge fan of basketball. I live an hour away from Chicago, and I am a huge Bulls fan. I've been a Bulls fan since I moved here, and I will root for any Chicago sports team. It doesn't matter. But the one team that I will always root for, and I'm always trying to find time to watch, is the Bulls. So because it happens to be the sport that I love playing, and basketball is the other hobby. I'm also interested in cars. I'm a huge car nut, and I can't afford cars, expensive cars, but I do save my money so I can buy a decent car. So we can talk about cars if you like, what exotic cars you like. Currently I own a Hummer, and there are some problems with it, and when I say problems, I don't mean it's crapping out because it's an American car. It's just regular maintenance things, so shocks. And when I look for something like that, like shocks, I spend a lot of time figuring out which shocks to get. So we can talk about that if you want me to. I don't know. I mean, it's up to you. So those are some of the things. And a little bit about myself, my interest is that I live in Chicago, so I have many interests. And I have access to those interests. The number one thing is food. Chicago has so many different types of food. And And the number one thing that I love is that you can go downtown Chicago and you can have different ethnic foods every other block. And that's what's great about it. So we can talk about Chicago if you like, what to do in Chicago if you're going to come visit Chicago. And those are some of the things. Now, the topics might increase, the topics might decrease, might stay the same. But that's really, I just want to introduce you to my channel, VotoCycling, and what it is the channel is about. It's about giving back to the community. It's about talking about topics that might be sensitive to you. I'm not here to be a therapist, because I'm not. And I'm here to just have a conversation. And although it sounds like I'm talking to myself, but it's okay. And we can just talk about mostly just hobbies or any topics that you feel that you think I would know. I'm no expert whatsoever. I'm just here as a friend to listen if you want me to listen, if you need a listener. And I obviously don't have all the time in the world to talk to everybody, but I'm making enough time. I'm making time to give back to the community because I've spent so much time taking information from people who took time out of their lives to make videos, to make informative videos to help me make decisions. And I want to be able to give back, and I've decided to do it this way. I've decided to spend time and make videos, and I know editing takes a long time, but I'm going to do it to give back to the community. So, my name's Ian, and welcome to VotoCycling. Thank you.